Does he even lift? Yeah. Yeah, I think he does.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Deluxe Class HOUND. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So as usually, you have the little schematic stuff in the background that is visible when the comic book is not in place. There you have HOUND. Look, his name is HOUND. Combined to form Skyrim. Still makes no sense as a combiner, but hey, we'll go with it. And on the back you have Skyrene and the components that will make him up. There you have your obligatory product shot, your very brief bio, if you want to read it. And that's basically it for the packaging. And included in the packaging is the comic book right there with HOUND, looking like he's about to deal out some justice right there. And this is another actual Combiner Wars comic book, so yay for relevancy. And of course, on the inner back cover here, you have the designer desk stuff, which is pretty cool to see. And on the back, you have an extended bio, so if you want to read that, I will scroll up for you. So there you go. Read on, read on, read on. Read on, read on, read on, and done. There you go. So, moving right along, here we have HOUND, who is a repaint, slight remold of Swindle. So yeah, here he is in his vehicle mode. And, you know, it's a whole lot of green going on here. Whole lot of green. He does have the white star right there on the hood. Autobot symbol right there. You do get some silver on those headlights. You do get some paint right up front here. The roll cage, all the roll bars are all painted in, which is nice. Not much else. You do have an Autobot symbol right there on what will be his robot mode shoulder. And you got the black tires right there. You do get some painted details here, but that's more for robot mode. And yeah, I mean, lots of molded detail on this guy. Tons of molded detail in the vehicle mode, little pouches and everything. Very nice. So, yeah, that's, and he does roll, as rolling things should. Hooray! So you have that. And for comparison, here he is with Swindle. As you can see, it's the exact same. The exact same old mode there, just in a different color. You have Swindle, HOUND, Swindle, HOUND, Swindle, Swindle, HOUND. So, there you go. So there you have that. And here he is with Rook here, the original version of this mold. I'll just get all three of them in here so you can see. All three versions of this mold. Right there. So there you have that. Here he is with Jackie. Just so you can see how this team is shaping up. You can see he's way shorter than Wheeljack there. Way shorter than Wheeljack, but there you go. Just so you can see how they look together. And here he is with the Generations. Actually, this is Classics. I believe this is still Classics when this figure came out. So there he is with the Classics HOUND. So you can see how they scale together. So there you have that. And here he is with G1 HOUND, because it's precious. A big old hound of precious. There you go. See how he scales there with G1 HOUND. Right there. And there you go. So, of course, he does come with his accessories. He does include the hand-foot gun, and it's the same hand-foot gun that came with Swindle. Just cast in that, you know. It's actually not a black plastic. When I reviewed Wheeljack, I said this was black. It's actually not black. It's more of like a, it's like a dark brown, actually. Just on camera, it does kind of come off a little black, but it's actually like a dark brown. But yeah, you can see it's the exact same mold as the one that came with Swindle. So there you have that. And he does include his gun, which is exactly like Swindle's. Pop it off. There is a very slight difference in the molding, though. between this gun. The one on Hound does have these two little pegs on either side of this back piece, whereas on Swindle it does not, and these do serve a purpose, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But there you have that. And of course you can store the weapons on vehicle mode. You have this port right there, so you can plug this on top of the vehicle, and you can plug the gun on top of the hand-foot gun like that, so you can just have the weapons all stacked up like that. You have the ports on either side here, so if you want it to look a little more, a little more of your, classic Hound, you can just kind of have that sticking out back there. Peg this back here or something, you can do things and stuff. It's your toy, display it however you want. So, there you go. 4 weapons. But nice silver paint they used on it. I do appreciate that. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? So as always, we'll go from leg mode, arm mode, and then to robot mode. So leg mode, very easy. Just take this front section here, swing it back, flip out your combiner peg, like that. Flip out the thumb here to make the heel. Plug that in, and leg mode! Yay! Leg mode. You can plug the gun up here like that if you want. And there you go. Leg mode! Yay! So moving on to arm mode. Remove that. You want to take this whole front section right here, untab it. You do want to take Hound's head and bring this up. You're going to need it for clearance, so just bring it up like that. Bring this up, and these 2 tabs right here will go into the 2 slots right up there. So just tab that on like that. And then you take the legs and you just extend them down on that double hinge right there. Just make sure the panels go into those little grooves right there. Get that right there. Get that right there. Plug them back together. Flip out the fingers, bring down the thumb. Be a left or right hand, depending on whatever you want to do. Plug it in like that. Oops. Split it apart like a dodo. And you can take the gun and just store it right there. Just plug it into the hand. And just rotate it. Bring that peg down. And there he is in arm mode. Yay! Yay! Arm. So, moving on to robot mode. Remove that. Remove the gun. Rotate his waist back around. Split the legs. Hey, look, you're already done. Bring that down. Untab this section right here. So you have clearance for the arms to come up and swing out. Rotate the bicep so the elbows are oriented properly. Second verse, same as the first. Bring that up. Swing that forward. Rotate. Bring his head down. Bring it around. Bring this backpack up against the back as far as it'll go. And there you have Hound in his robot mode. Yay! Okay. So there you go. There you have him in his robot mode. And it kinda sorta works for Hound, but not really. I don't know. For me, this mold. For me personally, I think this mold only works for Rook. Actually, no. I think it works for Impactor too. I believe Impactor is using the Rook mold. It does work for Impactor, but I don't think it works for Swindle, and I don't think it works for Hound either. It's just, I don't know. He's not supposed to be this bulky. He's not supposed to be this massive. It's Hound. I don't know. Doesn't really work for him. But getting close on the head sculpt. The head sculpt though is great. Love the head sculpt. I think they're knocking the head sculpts out of the park though. Very nice head sculpt. Nice blue eyes in there. Nice silver paint on the face. So yeah, I'm loving the head sculpts. I mean, that they're doing a phenomenal job on. Very, very well done head sculpt. And of course, if you have the Swindle mold or the Rook mold, you pretty much have seen everything else on this guy already, but still. We'll go around here, and you do have the painted details right here on the legs. I like the silver paint they use on the midsection here, on the sides, right here, along the waist, and even painted the headlights there. A nice gold color, which is really nice. So you have that. Yeah, there you go. Got the backpack going on. So there you have that. Now, articulation-wise, his head is it on a ball joint? Yeah, it feels like it's on a ball joint, but just due to how blocky his head is, you don't get a whole lot of side-to-side movement. It's very minor, extremely minor. He can't really look up. He can look down a little bit. Of course, you do have full rotation. But yeah, just due to how blocky his head is, it very much restricts the movement there. The shoulders are on a ball joint, so you can get a nice full range of movement there. You do have a bicep swivel over 90 degrees of elbow bend. You do have your waist swivel. Hips are on a ball joint, so you can go forward that much, back that much. Pretty much do the full splits. Thigh swivel, 90 degrees of bend, and he does have ankle tilt! I know somebody's excited about that. Ankle tilts! So there you have that. Now, of course, you can hold his weapon if you want. So he's got that going on right there, and you can hold the hand-foot gun as a weapon if you wish. But like I always say with these figures, I think they're just look dumb as weapons, so I never have them holding these as weapons. And if you have them holding it underslung, it's, I don't know, I just don't like them. I don't like them. So, there you have that. So, yeah. One thing you can do with his gun here, which was brought to my attention, again, you see he has these, the gun has these two pegs sticking out of the sides. And what you can do with this is you can plug this into either side of the backpack here. There are little notches right here, and you can take this and just push it in, and it will peg in right there, and you can give him the gun over his shoulder, which I think is pretty cool. And unfortunately, you can't do it with Swindle, because on my copy of the toy anyway, he doesn't have those pegs on the sides there, so it doesn't work. And I'll show that when we get to the robot mode comparisons. But yeah, I think that's neat. That's a neat little touch there, and I do like it. I think I'll probably display him like this. So yeah, I do that. So right, moving right along for comparison. Here he is with Jackie here, so you can see how they scale with each other. And just to comment on some comments I got on the Wheeljack review. I said this when I reviewed him. Yes, I know Wheeljack is white. I know that, but he's not this white. He's not completely white. He does have more color on him than this. Yes, I know he's white, but he's not this white. He's not completely white. This is too much white. I just want to clear that up a bit. But yeah, I know he's supposed to be white, just not this much. But anyway, there he is with Wheeljack. Here he is with the Classics Hound. You can see how they look together. Right there. Here he is with G1 Hound. Cautious pressure. Sounding pressure. So you have that. And here he is with Swindle. And we'll bring in Rook here just so we can have all three versions of the mold right there. So you can see how all that works. So there you go. And yeah, like I was saying, with Swindle, like my copy of the toy, I don't know if this was like a running change or something, but my copy of Swindle, the gun doesn't have those two posts on the back, so I can't plug that in here. It just I can't do it with Swindle. There's nothing for it to plug into. It can't plug in. So I don't know if it was some running change, but I can't do that with him. So I don't know. But still cool that you can do it with Hound. So I appreciate it nonetheless. So there you go. So there you have Combiner Wars Hound. Yeah, like I said, you know, I like the Rook mold, but you know, like I said, I think it works for Rook, and I think it works for Impactor. I think it works for characters that are supposed to be kind of bigger and bulkier and kind of, you know, brutish, but I don't think it really works for Swindle. I don't think it really works for Hound. I love the head sculpt. The head sculpt, I think, is dead on. The head sculpt is gorgeous. But I think just the mold this mold doesn't scream Hound for me. It just, I don't know. Doesn't really work. Doesn't really work for me, but there you have that. So if you would like a Hound or any other Combiner Wars figure, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description. As my voice goes out, there will be a link in the description down below. So check that out. You can also check out my Combiner Wars playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Hound. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be a geek, be proud. Palm in your face! You called for me, sir?
No, yes, Hound. Whoa, hey, Hound. You seem different. You look like you've bulked up a bit. Have you been working out?
Well, I figured I'd put on some muscle, gonna need it to fight those Decepticons, and funny thing is, this is only from doing one squat.
That's impressive. Very impressive. Maybe I should give it a try. And go. No. Nope. Nope, something went wrong. Something went wrong.
Oh, come on, Prime. No pain, no gain if you want to be as ripped as I am.